Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Guns and Gadgets is where you get Second Amendment news on a daily basis. And today I'm going to tell you about a letter that the Firearms Policy Coalition sent to the Senate Judiciary Committee about Biden's new nominee to lead the ATF, Steve Dettelbach. And it's a good one. It's a doozy. Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's Arms List. Arms List is an online marketplace where you can shop your local area for fantastic face-to-face deals in the tools that we love in the freedom community. And you can also shop their network of 1,300 FFLs nationwide as well. You can also sell your items locally with no fees, no BS, and no nonsense. All you have to do to get exclusive deals from the Arms List marketplace is head over to armslist.youknowwhat. And thank you to Arms List for sponsoring this video. Guys and gals, let's talk about this letter that the Firearms Policy Coalition sent to the Senate Judiciary Committee. I want to thank all of my friends in Firearms Policy Coalition for doing what you do. And as a side note, at Blackout Coffee, if you buy the FPC Patriot Roast, we send $2 for every single item sold under the Patriot Roast to Firearms Policy Coalition to do exactly what they're doing, to fight the good fight. And if you want to know more, it's down below. It's in every single video, blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. Thank you guys for kicking butt. Let's get into this letter. Here it is on the screen. It's a 2-page letter, and I'll have a link down below as well if you want a copy. And it was sent to Senator Dick Durbin, who's the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, as well as Senator Chuck Grassley, who's the ranking member on the Republican side. And it's in regards to the nomination and confirmation of Mr. Steve Dettelbach, and the position of FPC is to oppose. It says, "Dear Senators Durbin, Grassley, and honorable members of the Senate Committee on the Judiciary, I write to you today on behalf of the Firearms Policy Coalition, a nonprofit organization that promotes maximal individual liberty and sound public policy through litigation, research, education, grassroots outreach, and direct advocacy. I write to express FPC's strong opposition to Steve Dettelbach's nomination to the position of Director of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, AFT. FPC not only opposes President Biden's nomination of Steve Dettelbach to lead the ATF, we condemn his nomination as yet another naked attempt to weaponize federal law enforcement against peaceable gun owners nationwide. Dettelbach has spent much of his career supporting partisan platforms and the gun control movement. Mr. Dettelbach's embrace of universal background checks, published accounts of his support for assault weapons bans, and his promotion of anti-gun owner causes are too radical for someone to be tasked with setting the policy and enforcement practices of the ATF. These positions mirror those of former nominee David Chipman and are equally disqualifying. The ATF is tasked with interpretation and enforcement of the law as it is written, not to advocate for or manufacture changes in the law. This bureau has, especially in recent years, broken the trust of the people. While ATF's legitimacy is dubious, until it is dissolved, the director's role should be one of ministerial duties rather than a cheerleader for the subversion of the rights of the people. For trust to ever be restored, ATF must respect the rule of law and separation of powers. To accomplish any of this, ATF needs a director capable of faithfully and dispassionately leading the organization. An aggressive partisan renders this extremely unlikely. The views condemning gun owners manifestly endorsed by Mr. Dettelbach, exhibited as recently as his failed candidacy for the Ohio Attorney General, and his history of partisan politics disqualify him from serving as director of the ATF. Mr. Dettelbach, as a nominee, is light on substance, but heavy on partisan loyalty and anti-gun owner ideology. The people of the United States and peaceable gun owners do not need a hostile ideologue leading a law enforcement agency tasked with regulating the firearms community. Given ATF's recent history, tainted by executive overreach and attempts to legislate through regulation by current and former administrations, a nominee such as Mr. Dettelbach, who is so clearly motivated by partisan politics and radical anti-rights ideology, lacks the credibility needed to restore trust in our institutions and ensure fair play in regulatory and enforcement duties. Therefore, he should be withdrawn from consideration for the position. For the reasons stated above, we urge the President to withdraw this nomination. short of the nomination being withdrawn, we urge the United States Senate to exercise its constitutional authority and moral duty to withhold consent from the current nominee, Steve Dettelbach, to serve as the ATF director. Further, we encourage the United States Senate to exercise its oversight powers to rein in the abuse of executive branch fiat legislation masquerading as regulatory action. Thank you for your attention in this important matter, and please do not hesitate to contact us here below. Very truly yours, Matt LaRosiere. First off, that letter is fire. Absolute fire, spitting the truth, and it's just great. It makes me smile. If you're not sure who Matt is, check out his channel on YouTube, Fudbusters. He does a hell of a job, and I'm a big fan of what he does. Let me know what you all think about that letter down below. That is a legal smackdown in letter form for those who have not been able to see one before. But guys and gals, it is imperative that you contact your senators, especially if your senator is on the Judiciary Committee, and let them know that, hell no, Steve Dettelbach is a terrible pick to lead the ATF. It is David Chipman, just with a disguise on. It's the same person. In fact, I think Dettelbach might be a little more intelligent than Chipman and therefore a little more dangerous. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yours down below. Thank you so much for your time. FPC, thank you for kicking butt all the time. You guys and gals should join Firearms Policy Coalition. Right here is the link. I'll have it also down below in the pinned comments. And don't forget to check out the sponsor of today's video, Arms List. And if you want to help support Firearms Policy Coalition, check us out at Blackout Coffee, link down below as well. And until we see each other again, be safe. Stay vigilant and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe, because that is what the Second Amendment is for, whether or not some politician agrees with that or not, because it doesn't matter. All right, guys, on the next one, take care.